Okay, says we're live. So, hi everybody. Hi Missy. You're so excited for this book. You just got it. Yeah, I love this book. I wish she'd come out with another one. And I thought she was going to, but I just looked and I don't think she is. At least not anytime soon. Hi Barbara. Hi Kat. Hey Terry. Terry, I thought about doing one of the paintings for the challenge this month, and I thought, I do that all the time. So I'll probably try and do that later on in the week. Can you guys hear me? Hi, Dee Dee. So yeah, I'm going to work out of the abstract watercolor, but I'll show you a couple things first. So we'll just give a few minutes for people to come on in and catch up. Hi, Rachel. Okay. The book is fun. Everything. I mean, her whole Instagram account. I thought about doing something different than out of the book today. She's got one. Let me see if I can pull it up on IG. Because all of her stuff is just so inspirational. And Missy, if you don't follow her on IG, I would say get over there and do it. But I suspect you already do. Let me see. I just saw it a little while ago, and I thought, oh, that one would be fun too. So, yeah, just bear with me a minute. It can't be that far back. I don't think. I might have scrolled for a while. It looks like I did. But yeah, all of her stuff is just very, very inspirational. And I was telling Dee Dee a little while ago, it's not even so much her designs as the really rich, rich colors that she chooses to use. Hey, Ruth. Hi, Ego Brain. Let's see, who else have I missed? Dorothy. Hi, Linda Rents. All right, give Tim a hug. All right, let me keep scrolling. Okay, this is the one. Isn't that just so adorable? So I thought, oh, but then I would have to draw the bird and everything. And so I thought, oh, I'll just work out of the book. We'll just see how it goes. Yeah, I really love that little bird. I think he's so cute. And I think it's the colors that sucks me in more than anything. I mean, her choice of colors is always just so yummy. And then that damn Dee Dee. I think it was last Wednesday. She showed what she was going to be doing for the Carry the Crafter challenge. Hi, sister. Yeah, Carry the Crafter challenge for March. And I noticed some little Celtic knot stencils. And I've hung out with Dee Dee for a long time. He's almost finished. Yay, Linda, let me know when he finishes. And I had never seen those before. And I was like, dang, girl, you're holding out on me. What are they? So she sent me the link. And I went ahead and did an Amazon order and ordered up the stencils that she had. And I love them. And you get quite a few. There's all of these. It's called runes, I think, RUNES. And you get all these, which are animals and bear faces and rune signals and a bunch of different stuff. These I don't think I'll use that much, but the Celtic knots, I think I will. And let me see if I have a piece. Oh, I'll just use the back of my passport journal. And flip through them real quick so you guys can see them. Because they were real, and I already used that one. Yeah, so Dee Dee's holding out on me again. And you get like 50 in there. But I really like these. And I'll use them probably primarily in my beast. But I don't mind ordering 50 so I can get 20 that I like. So you can order them on Amazon. I really like this one. They're really cheap. So you too can own these. I really like this tree and then that other tree that I had already used. So, yeah. They're very cool looking to me. And who's got time to draw these, right? So you get quite a few that, in my opinion, are very usable. And I'm not selling them. I'm just saying I really liked them, and I was so disappointed that Dee Dee had not even talked to me about them before she went and spent her money. Here's another tree one. I love those trees. They're so cute. Yeah, and you could use them with illuminated letters. And I was looking at the other, before I had Dee Dee send me the link, I was looking, and there's a bunch of different Celtic knot stencils. But the thing about these that is the size. I like the size of these. So, yeah, I already use that one too. So, thanks for the recommendation, Dee Dee, you hold out. And then I'm not even going to show you the other ones. If you get them, you can just be surprised when you get them. So that was my new purchase, which I really like. Hi, Tina. Hi, Angie. And in that same order, I got a bunch. Check this out. The camera's kind of close. This is double-sided tape because I've been using a ton of this in the passport journal. So I ordered some more double-sided tape, 1/4 inch, some flat brushes, which I thought these were bigger. I mean, I'll use these. I don't know that I needed this many, but I will use these flat ones because I use them a lot with matte medium. And then for the passport journal, I came across these stickers. And I've altered these so they won't, if you ordered these, they won't look like this. I'll just flip through them real quick. But they've got locations and stuff on them. So I always want ephemera for the passport journal. And if we're going to do that swap again in, April? I have not, Rachel. She's asking, have we purchased watercolor textures? No, I have not. But they're tickets, they're baggage claims, they're bunch of different crazy things. I don't know why I like this crap so much, but I do. But I'll use it, and that's the thing. You know, I don't know that I need all this Paris stuff because I already have tons of Paris stuff, but just a bunch of stickers. And they did have borders on them, and they were not punched. So I went ahead and cut all the borders off and punched them so they look kind of real, you know, not like stickers. And a lot of these are for places that I have not done yet. Beirut. Lebanon, I don't think is on my list. So that was my stickers. And then Dee Dee surprised me. And I probably should have used it today, but I'll use it next week. But hang on, let me try and get these back in their little package here. I don't need them falling all over the place. And then I got, let me move this. And I'll show it in just a minute. Wonder what I just, I threw Bob Ross. Get over here, Bob. Behave. Dee Dee sent me this very cool, and I'm going to pull out so you guys can see it a little bit better. Vintage Circus scrapbook papers. Yeah, that's right on that. Man, that's a big old fat glare. This is really cool. Hi, Lindy. I did get them from Amazon, Missy, and I don't remember what. If you need a link, I'll go get my orders and see. Hope I haven't missed anybody coming in. There is a nice selection, right, Terry? So I'll flip through this really quick. And I've only got like 17 prompts left for my Scabby book. But these are really fun papers, you guys. And again, like most of Kate Curry and Porto's books, they've got a page in the back and then ephemera and stuff on the other side. So this lion is way cool. The problem with these books is that I love this so much. I don't think I could do anything to improve on it, right? So it's just like having the book intact is so, I don't know, desirable that I don't want to cut it up. But I love all these. Like, I love that. I love all of it. Yeah, you have to pick a side or buy a second book. That's that. But like this page, this would be fun to watercolor, actually. I thought this immediately I opened the book. I thought, oh, that would be fun. It reminds me of Lena's watercolors, actually, that you could watercolor this with the lights and then have, you know, your people walking down the lane. I think that would be very cool. So it's not just that you own the book, but to me, it's very inspirational. Look at that. Look at that bear. So blame Dee Dee for this one. I'm just showing it. But thank you, Dee Dee. Very unexpected, out of the blue, and much appreciated. The elephant, that is so cool. So, or any of them would make good collage starters too, you know, if I could do collage, but I'm not prepared to embarrass myself yet with that. Look at that. And if the colors look muted on the camera, they are muted. Hi, Belinda. I don't know that they're as muted as they are on, you know, let me pull this one up, see if I can get a better color. Come on, focus, you freak. Never mind, that was a good idea, but it didn't really work. So very cool book. Very, very cool book. Look at, and what was funny about this was, I don't know, Missed It in Distress, for sure, Dee Dee. But Dee Dee had sent me a reel on Instagram, and it was some little hamster in knit clothes. And I wrote her back and I said, where can I get a now I want a hamster. Where can I find a hamster? And then like the next day, this book showed up, and look, there's a little hamster in there. Very circusy. You know, I was trying to think back. I don't know. I mean, talk about having a bad childhood. I don't think I've ever been to an actual circus with a big top and the animals and all. I don't think I've ever been to a circus. Did you guys get to go to circus when you were little? I don't think I got to. Belinda, did I say hi? But yeah, I was a very deprived child, apparently. Or maybe Denver didn't have circuses. Or maybe Denver was the circus. I don't know. So there's tons of stuff in here. And these books, typically, the Kate Curry and Poor Toast run about $15. So I feel like you get really good value for your money. You got to go to one, Angie? Well, you didn't have a deprived childhood like I did. You'd go every year on Thanksgiving Day? Barbara got to go to a circus. Oh, okay. She went with her grandparents. Okay. Ego brain, you've never been to it, but we had a Cedar Point that went. Okay. I went many times as a child. School always got free tickets. And Kristen, hi, Kristen, didn't get to go. You never got to see a big top, but you lived in a. Ruth, that's kind of how I feel. I never got to go to the circus, but I lived in an absolute circus all the time. Oh, sister, you got to go to the Barnum and Bailey at Madison Square Garden. You had an awesome childhood. Yeah, well, I didn't have a good childhood. Now I'm mad at my parents. Or maybe it just wasn't that big a deal, but I don't think we really ever went to the circus. I can't imagine my dad saying, hey, everybody, I got a plan today. Let's go to the circus. He was more inclined to say, hey, I got a plan. We're going fishing. Go get your clothes on. Or we're going camping. Get your clothes on. So there you go. Look at that. It's all so cute. And Dee Dee, I want some recognition around here because this came like last, Wednesday or something. I have adulted since it got here. I looked through it, but there's not one cut in this book. So I want some recognition for adulting for almost a whole week, you freak. The first time you ever had cotton candy? Now, I had cotton candy, but I'm not sure where we got it. Okay, you had fairs rather than circuses. Well, we didn't even have fairs that I can remember. And there used to be a state fair. We never went to that either. Ah, Dorothy, bummer. Okay, Tina's been to a circus and she's in Sweden. Yeah, see, I just had a crappy childhood. And then Robert's daughter-in-law, Kelly, she's actually come into chat several times over the years. She sent me this. So if you're offended, now I did cover the worst of the language, but if you're offended by bad language, go get a cup of coffee or do something so that you don't have to look at this book. But this book, now I've seen another one of these swearing books, but it was just generally snark that included foul language. My neighbor had it and she brought it over and said, you could take any of the page views you want. Well, I wanted the whole book. I didn't buy it. But anyway, blank just got real. These cats are so cute. So pay attention to the cat. I'm offended, but wouldn't miss this for the world. Check out the cats and their expressions. Whoever the artist is, I don't know that it even says. But yeah, whoever drew these cats definitely got some good expressions. Hey, blank, I'm ready for my photo. Bitch, we are not going to the vet. Look at that cat. There's a pissed off cat right there. I'm a blanking ninja. That's what I called Cat this morning. Freaking ninja mod. Okay, you can fill in the blanks. Put nice words in the blanks, Dee. Could you do that? I do what the hell I want. Apparently, I have an attitude. Who blanking knew? Hi, Jane. Put your fingers in your ears. Look at the little cat. Piss off. I'm busy. Blank, you work for me. And if you've ever owned a cat, some of these you have no idea how real they are because that's every cat owner. Blank, you work for me. Yes, I heard you calling me. Did you hear me blink and ignore you? What the? I love the expression on this one. What the? Do I need this book? I don't know how you're going to live without it, Terry. I'm not always a blank. Just kidding. Go blank yourself. Am I the blank? I don't think so. It's so smug. No blanks given. Hey, blank, where's the catnip? I'm the blank in charge of you, blank. You're blanking funny. I'll kill you last. That's what my cat would say. You're blanking funny. I'll kill you last. Or you're the one who feeds me. I'll kill you last. Hi, Colleen. Sorry, not sorry, blank. And stuff is broken. Like, but that cat. Yep. Sorry, not sorry. This food is blank. That's every cat too. I've never known a cat who likes the food that you give it. Hi, Sharon. And anybody I missed coming in. I'm enjoying this. I don't remember asking your blanking opinion. I'm hungry. Get your lazy blank off the bed or out of bed. I'll blank and cut you. Now that was my cat. Roxy. Oh, she could be so mean. I just don't give a damn. As they're ripping up your couch. That was Roxy. Hey, blank, my food dish is empty. You're not the blanking boss of me. That's pretty much how I feel about everybody in the world. Why don't you go blank in a box? I honest to God wish I had drawn and written this myself. It's a gift, you ungrateful blank. And look at the mouse. Hi, Mama Juju. Shh. I'm blank and sleeping. That's how I am in real life. Despite the look on my face, you're still talking. That's the only one that didn't have a nasty word. Yes, I am blanking judging you. I like the background design too. Do you ever get tired of your own blank? Tonight I will blank in your shoes. Look at that cat. Cat is pissed off. Just felt like meowing in the middle of the blanking night. Now that's one thing my cats never did. We never locked them. Oh, we never locked them out of the bedroom, but they never came in and bothered us. But when they were kittens, we took them like they were young, and we were going down to Texas at the time. So we were in like an RV, you know, not a lot of room in an RV, and they were being their nocturnal selves. And we were parked when we first got there. We were parked out in the overflow, you know, real close, maybe 8 feet from the trailer next to us. And we finally met the people next door to us. But for like 3 days, all I did during the day was wake up those cats. If they laid down to take a nap, I woke them up. If they laid down, I woke them up. And we did that for like 3 days until finally we got the cats sleeping at night, playing during the day. But we met our neighbors we'd been there a few days while all the racket at night was going on. And the lady next door said, I wondered what was going on over there. It's like, we got these 2 damn little kittens and they play all night. We haven't had a sleep in a week. But we got that taken care of. You can train your cats. Just don't let them sleep during the day, and then they'll let you sleep at night. Okay. And I don't think I've done anything in my Scabby book, you guys. I don't think. Let me look. I know I marked off a couple, but I don't know what I did. Oh, I did this. I made the little tassel and the swatches and tag. Okay, maybe that's all I did all week. But I just used embroidery floss to make the little tassel. And I think that's it. Now I have to do an index of all the prompts. I've only got 17 left to do, you guys. So, yeah, I'm almost done with this. Woot woot. One of them is cut a page with holes so you can see through it. So I might put it right in here and, you know, art on it and then cut the holes. So when you flip the page, you can see either this side or this side through the holes. Yeah. So that's it. That's all in the scavenger hunt. And I haven't gotten anybody else who has told me they're done. So I'm assuming y'all have slowed down. Okay, Lindy's saying she'll finish this week. Thanks, sister. You've been doing one prompt per layout. Oh, no. I cram as many as I can on one page. That's part of the challenge for me, I guess, is that I honestly, I cram as many as I can. In fact, that one, let me see, I kept it myself. Toward the back here somewhere, I think. And then maybe not. Maybe I'm a big fat liar. This one. Yeah, I think this is the one that I sent out. No, that's one that one I did because of Terry Brett. Crap R us. Okay, this must be the one. No, this is the one. Okay. On this little ATC, and I did a bunch of them and sent them out to the fibs. You made a sign that says, here I sit, all brokenhearted, had to poop, but only farted. And I put a rooster on it. See, Angie? I love that. Thanks, Dorothy. But in this little card, I ended up cramming, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 prompts on that little card. And I can't read them off. I just put the numbers in. But I know a circle, a butt, some snark, pink and orange, something circus, a sticker. I don't remember. I'd have to go look. But Yeah, in this one, I fit 14 prompts on there. So, but you can do it the way you want. If you want one prompt per page, do that. But I just think it's a real challenge to cram a bunch in there. Hi, Carol. Hi, Kathleen. Yeah, see, that's what I think too. That it's a bonus to find a clever way to combine them all. You have about 60 on one page. Well, Barbara, yeah, didn't you do the whole book on one page? But you do you, boo. I'm good with whatever you guys do. As long as it's fun, then you're meeting the requirement. And then I did last week. I didn't get a chance to art very much last week, and I don't really know because I can't tell you anything else that I really accomplished. Joanne, did I say hi to you? Anyway, and yes, that is a stain on my nice shirt. I don't have nice clothes. I paint in them. Just be having fun. That's all that's expected. Okay, I'll just flip through from the beginning as I usually do because I don't know who's here, who's seen it. But this book started because Terry Brett sent me these passport stickers a long time ago. So that's what kind of prompted me to make the whole passport journal. So I've done Jamaica, Guatemala, Canada. I almost could do 2 Canada pages, honestly. I almost could. Let me pull you out a little bit so you can kind of see more of the pages as I flip. India, and I could add more for India all the time as well. I keep coming across stuff that I think, I could add that to India, but then I don't have any place to put it. This is one of those stickers that I just showed you guys. I saw this. Oh, I can't get it under the camera. I saw that France luggage tag. I thought, okay, I'm finding a place for that. But what I'm typically doing is somewhere on the page is a sticker that Terry gave me. And then I've been drawing the flower and the animal or, you know, whatever I can do somewhat reasonably. This is Mexico. And of the 2 countries other than the United States that I've spent the most time in would be Mexico and Canada. So Japan, I like the Japan page, lots of ephemera on here. And they have a pheasant for their bird. And then the cherry blossom. I don't think cherry blossom actually is, maybe it is. I don't remember. But sometimes I've been breaking the rules. And like this one, I drew the koi. Sometimes I look at what other maybe types of flowers and stuff like that, and then I just draw what I want. Morocco was fun. I didn't know much about Morocco, so when I researched this one, I actually learned a lot. And so that's part of the fun for me too, is that I'm learning. There's Terry's sticker, and was it Clarence, the cross-eyed lion? Brazil. I don't think a toucan is actually their bird, but that's what I wanted to draw. So that I started breaking the rules. And the snake also isn't. Their animal is actually a jaguar. And this is the one that I was reading and I was thinking, oh man, I'd love to go to Rio de Janeiro. But then when I started watching videos, it's like, damn, that place is dangerous. I don't think I'm going there. Yeah, we're going to do a passport country zine swap soon. This is Malaysia. They're known a lot for their textiles, so I included that down here. And Malaysia just, it looks like an absolutely beautiful, beautiful location. And I don't think if you're kind of provincial like me and haven't been many places, you don't realize how industrialized and modern almost every country on this planet is now. Right now, each page is getting a double page, but when I get to the United States, Sista, I'm going to go ahead and do multiple pages because Dee Dee gave me an idea. For example, I live in Oklahoma, And Oklahoma is huge for Native Americans. And so I got thinking, well, when I get to the United States, because I have plenty of pages left, Dee Dee, I counted. Um, I think I'm going to do like a page for certain states, like Colorado. I lived in Colorado my whole life. It's kind of where my heart is. That's kind of my home, even though I would never move back there. Um, I think Hawaii is worthy of its own page. So yeah, I'll have multiple pages for one, and then maybe some, and I'm getting close, and I was thinking this yesterday, certain of the Asian countries where it's so much repetition of stuff I've already done, I may do them, like do Southeast Asia and then one country per page. That's what I've been thinking about. But this is my newest page, Germany. One of my ancestors, my great grandfather, immigrated to the United States from Germany. So this was a fun one. I already knew where he was from. He's down from this part of Germany. But it's fun just going and looking at the places. And yeah, it's just very cool. And of course, Germany is known for its amazing castles. So I tried to include them, churches. Yeah. So, and then their bird is the black eagle. And there's a lot of countries who have eagle as their bird. This one was really different because of its coloring, and it actually is darker than I've shown it here, but I've just shown it with that dark face. But it is more of a dark brown rather than black. And the cornflower is actually their national flower. But before I started doing the research and everything, in my mind, I expected that Germany's flower was going to be Edelweiss, right? Wouldn't you guys think that? Unless you're from Germany or know more than I know or paid attention in geography. But I wanted their flower to be Edelweiss. So I went ahead and included Edelweiss because that's what I think it should be. Yes, I did draw the eagle. Yeah, I drew all this right in here. Otherwise, it's all ephemera that I'd collected up here and there and everywhere. So, but that was Germany. And I did draw the border and the lettering. I always do my own lettering. Austria is Edelweiss. Okay, well, I don't think Austria is on my list. Let me look. Because I did count, Dee Dee, and it turns out that I've got 12 done, and I've got room for 30. Well, no, I know the next country I'm going to do is Iran. And I pulled that card once before. Thank you, Joanne. And I couldn't get excited about doing Iran. And I think if you're in the United States, especially, and maybe any of the Western countries, Iran has such a negative reputation, I guess, because of the terrorism and their, proxies for much terrorism that goes around in the Middle East, that Iran just did not excite me at all. But I am going to do Iran, and I read an awful lot about it. And I did know that we call it Iran now, but it had been Persia. And when I was a kid, we had neighbors in the rental house next door from Persia. And that was the nicest family ever. The little woman was so kind, so generous, and they had 3 little kids, I remember. And they were so well behaved and everything. And that kind of popped into my head, that our media makes us think certain things that, I don't doubt that what we're hearing about the terrorism and being warmongers and all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. That's true. But I also remember that Persian family next door, that her dresses were so beautiful. Her kids were so nice. They were always clean, never misbehaved. And we were like monkeys in my house. And I think, we judge an entire country based on what the news has been telling us, when there are people just like us that are living in conditions that maybe you and I can't even relate to. So I thought, okay, quit being that way. because you're going to do Iran next. Exactly, Jane. Yeah, we stereotype people all the time. So that's when I made myself decide, no, you're going to do Iran, and you're going to go read more about its history, more about its people, um, and embrace Persia for what it could be if they could do something about it, maybe. Yeah, it's the people, not the government. So, and so if you guys think we suck, it's not it's not my fault, it's my government's fault. But anyway, yeah, the next place is Iran. And I think yeah, see, I've already started collecting up a few little things. So yeah, Iran is next up. And then I've got enough pages in my journal to do 34 more countries after Iran, but I've only got 23 stickers left. So I don't know how that happened. But anyway, yeah, I'll be doing 11 countries, just my choice. Hi, K-Bird. Yeah, see, that's just it. And I think we forget that, that we end up hating people or having impressions about a particular place or a particular people that is so far from the truth. I think at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. We want our children to do well. We want food on our table. We want a roof over our head. We want a little bit of happiness. And aside from that, I think we are all basically the same people. And Australia was not one of the stickers that was in there. So I will definitely be doing Australia when I get to the unknown or my choice pages. So now I've lectured you guys enough. I will pull I did go ahead and get a piece of paper taped down, which now the camera will go crazy, but that's okay. And show you what I've chosen out of the Essoldo design book. I thought this one would be fun. I've not done this one yet. So Missy, get out your book. Dee Dee, get out your book. Terry, get out your book. How much do people have? See, that's just it, Kathleen. In all reality, none of us really get a say in the policies or what our governments do. So maybe I just needed to hear that your job is to show more grace, So this is what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Oh, and I should get out. Yeah, I need to get out my circle stencil, but I think this one's really pretty. But the thing is, I wanted to use my Kuretake Art Nouveau set, which I bought before I actually bought the other Kuretake set. And I've really not used it much because it's more muted colors. And I just said, hi, Vale, that CB, did I say hi to you? That I like her colors because they're so bold and rich and stuff like that. And then I pick one that's more muted, but this and this kind of go together, so it's okay. Ignore what I said earlier, okay? So, and I haven't sketched out anything yet, but I think one of the things I really like about this is the border. So I'm going to go ahead and draw it out like she's shown it here. And then proceed to pick out colors from the Kuretake Art Nouveau set. So let me get out my big circle template, because that's probably a good place to start. So I know how much room I have left for borders and that sort of thing. All right, here we go. Any questions or directions or suggestions before I get going? I did cut the paper down to 8 by 10. So I don't know what actually is going to be showing here. There's about the center that way. And then having this book out and working is going to be a pain in the butt, but I just need it for a little while, not very long. And I'll probably do the outside petals with a number 6. So let's just say that's another about 5/8 of an inch. I'm thinking this big one is going to be fine. Move it down a little bit. I never freehand a circle because I buy templates and I know full well that I cannot draw a perfect circle. So there's that. And then inside that circle, she's got wood. It's quite big, actually. And then one more. And I'm kind of eyeballing those. They'll be good enough. Sorry, I've got this camera a little far out today. All right, so given that, I think I will do a border around the edge. Let's do a 1/2 inch. And then an 1/8. That'll be good. And I know you can't see what I'm doing right now, but all I'm doing is measuring the same thing I've just measured. And I won't make these lines very dark, so you won't be able to see them probably. But I don't want them showing up big time when I'm finished. So I suppose one thing I could do, and normally I do, is draw them in a water-soluble pencil. But I didn't, so whatever. All right, and other than that, I'm just going to wing it. But the borders have to be straight and even, or my brain will just not work at all. I did something this weekend, and I was going to try and remember to prove to you guys how uncomfortable it is to be a little bit OCD. Measure, try it twice, draw once. Exactly. All right. So let's just pull you guys down so maybe you can see a little bit. But if you've got the book open, you can kind of see what I'm doing. Now, here's the truth. This one I'm doing by eye, but if you want something completely symmetrical, I'm sure you've seen it done, where you can use a piece of tracing paper or just any lightweight paper, draw it once, flip it over, and draw it again. So then you get something completely symmetrical. I'm just going to do the best I can with my eyeball. Okay. Okay, everything else I think is just going to be on the fly, boys and girls. Need your focus. Focus, you freak. I've got the basics here, so yeah, it'll be okay. Now we're going to start painting. I think. No, we're not going to start painting until we pick out some colors. So I'm going to move this. Bob can stay because Bob hasn't made me mad yet. All right, for the leaf edge, let me show you again. It's kind of, she's used a pretty light turquoisey kind of color. Hi, Kitty Jen. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you dropped by. So let's use, I don't know, probably the closest I'm going to have is this pale aqua, but I'm going to mix it with cobalt green. So, and again, these are the Kuretake Art Nouveau. Haven't used them that much, but I have to say, if it says Kuretake, just buy it. Just buy it. That's what I'm telling you. And I got out 3 size brushes. So I'm going to use the cobalt green. And then I'm going to lighten it a little bit with, well, yeah, I will. Ooh, it's getting warm in here. Don't know how much of this I'm going to need. Okay, that should be good. And then if I need it darker, I can just go back and add some of the cobalt green, and that should be plenty of paint for what I'm going to use it for. Okay, so that's pretty much for the leaves. And then for the flower, I think I'm going to use, as the darkest color, I'm going to use this alizarin crimson and lighten it either with the coral pink or the mauve taupe. I think I'm going to use the alizarin crimson. Such pretty, pretty colors I get to play with. And so it's essentially 2 colors, but I'm going to use, well, I'm going to get some of that mauve out too. Different variations of these colors. How about that? And I won't let this paint get far away from me, because when I need a darker version, I'll go directly to the pan, I think. And I won't need as much of this. So. Use a little bit of this coral. It's like being a mad scientist over here, you know? Okay, that lightened it up a little bit. All right, let's go for that. And I'm going to set the book right behind me so I can refer to it periodically. You're making a sign. I've got to take this sweater off. I'm cooking over here. So don't look while I just sit here and get undressed. Hi, Antoine. Wish I was typing it, not saying it. Welcome. I don't know if you've ever been here before. Watch out for the people in chat. They're miserable. Okay, almost got this accomplished, you guys. Whew, is that better? I just threw it across the room. You missed a lot of streams last week. You had a folk music concert in aid of your brother-in-law. Oh, awesome, Dorothy. Oh, Dorothy, I'm glad you got to experience that. That's awesome. Okay. Okay, and I got out a number 6, a number 8, and a number 12 brush. Probably won't need the 12 because I'm not going to be doing any really big areas. Let me quickly get out the kneaded eraser. And just pick up some of this graphite. So it won't mess with. You probably wouldn't see it, but who knows? I don't want to have to deal with it later, I guess, is really the truth there. Come on, focus, you freak. Yeah, I know. I need something in the corner to keep a focus. Let me think what I got around here. After I get some color on the page, that won't be a problem. Let's just use that. Yeah, because I'm so zoomed in. I know, Dee Dee. All right, let's start with the flower first. Because if I start with the leaves, I'll end up getting my hand in them, which I know I do all the time. Back out a little. Okay, I could try that. Okay. Yeah, we'll start with the flower first. So I just put some water in here because I'm going to take some of this and make it a little bit lighter. And whenever I cut paper, I always try and keep a little piece of it so I can kind of test the colors I'm going to use. Yeah, and then I can throw it away. All right, Missy, I hope you got your book out and you're playing along, unless you're at work, in which case don't do that because you'll get your dumb ass fired. And I really hope this week I'll get some time to do the challenge. If you follow Art Salute Beginner on Instagram, she's the one that does the abstract art that I like to do a lot. She's doing a challenge in March of spring flowers. She's tired of winter. And I have to say, I'm right there with her, totally with her on the sick of winter stuff. So I'm hoping I get a chance this week to do that. And if I do, I'll post it and use hashtags and everything like that. You're still drawing your flower? Okay, just do what you do. You can get your dumbass fired. Can you imagine having a job nowadays? I mean, it would be hard for me to stay off the internet when I was at work. And you know your boss doesn't want you doing that. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out, right? All right, now I don't, because that's going to still be damp for a little while. I don't want to paint right up next to that unless I want the colors to run. So I don't want to do that. Probably wouldn't hurt anything, but I think I'll jump to the next circle. The inside circle was all the really dark color. So I think I'll go with this right here for, ooh, that's a lot of paint. When I use a bigger brush, it's always hard for me to control the amount of paint that these brushes suck up. That, and they pick up a lot of water and hold a lot of water. And that's just having a good brush. But I do love these black velvets. And I'm working on the inexpensive bee paper that I pick up down at the Walmarts. And I got to go to the Walmarts last week. Oh, God. I hate it so much. I'd stopped in my insurance guy's office before I went to Walmart. And I was sitting in his office. And he said, I know this isn't much fun. I said, are you kidding? This is the most fun I'm going to have all day, because the next thing I have to do is go over to the Walmarts. And he laughed and laughed. He thought that was so funny, that sitting in his office talking about uninsured motorists was actually the highlight of my day. But compared to the Walmarts, talking about uninsured motorists was definitely preferable in my world. And then I'm going to doodle in that center. So I'll just leave that alone and let it dry. And I'm going to have to work all over and see how I think it's more the paper than the paint for sure. But I'll lift this up so you can see how you get blooms if your water coverage is uneven. That does not bother me. And more often than not, I'm actually trying to create those. But that is really just your preference, whether or not you like the blooms. I happen to like them. Entirely up to you. All right, I'm going to try. You know what? I want some of this watered down. Now I'm introducing a little bit of the darker green on the outside of this. And I could go back with another layer to create some dimension. And this painting actually isn't that dimensional. But by doing that and then picking up some of the paint in the middle, you can almost create dimension as you go. I got that a little bit too light. Circles are really hard to draw with a paintbrush, just saying. And the weather has definitely gotten a lot better here, you guys. One day last week we had temperatures up in the 70s. And I'm sorry to you Canadians that I'm saying that out loud, but as much as I whined about the crap weather, yeah, we got some good weather finally. Hi, Judy-O. And these leaves on either side will not be exactly symmetrical, and that's fine. That is fine. And I just stuck my hand in that paint. I can't believe that. Now I'm going to pick up out of the paint tray a darker green that I had not put in my palette because I'm just going to use it incidentally here and there. So and it's best to do that while your paint is still wet, and then you won't get hard lines. It'll kind of just smoosh all together. Oops. And again, while it's still wet, I'll introduce some of that really darker green. See how much paint this brush holds? That's crazy. I keep goofing up. That's all right. Now, if I wanted to start creating blooms intentionally, I could go in there with some water. On this particular painting, I'm not going to do that. But I like doing that. Got that little fat there. Painting away. They're definitely not symmetrical. But when you're doing it, just don't worry about it. Just go with it. Just let it go. If it's horrible, do it again later. Okay, good, Kitty Jen. Hey, View. This is inspired by Essoldo design on IG. I like her stuff. I really goofed up these leaves. I'm really wanting to go in and fix it. I'm going to go try, and it may be too late. I may have really goofed up, but let's give it a go. I'm going to try and fix this one. Okay, that's a little better. That'll be fine. Isn't that the truth, View? Nothing is real symmetrical, but I like symmetrical. I really do. All right. Looking at my original here. I probably ought to be using a little bit smaller paintbrush for that, but oh well. And depending on space, I may add things that aren't in the original, and that's fine too. All right, how much more green? Okay, these two down here. All right, can I do this without getting my hand in the paint? Obviously, no, I cannot. So I have to lift my hand up. This is harder than you think. I may have to clean that one up a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, where next? That's still a little bit damp. I'm going to hit this with a heat gun real quick. this still looks wet to me. It's not. I forget that these Kuretake paints, when dry, sometimes if you've used a lot of the pigment, end up with a little bit of sheen on it. So I'm trying to dry this, and it's actually the sheen of the paint. But let me get down here so I don't put my hand in it. Because I should only goof it up so many times in one day, I think. That's Target all day long. Yeah, when it's done, it won't look like Target, I don't think. I don't think. Maybe it will. And which is the red? I used the alizarin crimson. Okay. I'll use the Focus You Freak. All right. Should I try or not try? Should I try? Don't know. I'm thinking about using the template to draw another circle. All right, let me see how dark this. Nope, that's not dark enough. I'll go in with the mauve and go around this circle here. This makes me a little bit uncomfortable because I like perfect circles and stuff. Still trying to keep my hand out of the paint, okay? This is so much easier when you're not streaming. Now this is going to have doodles on it, so if it's not exact, it's okay, because you're only going to see that through the doodles, so it'll be fine. And then there's a little white band. And then I think I'm going to do another lighter band around this. And it's not. And I'm not going to touch that wet one, so it's okay. Does it still look like Target? And if you wanted this perfect, honestly, I would say use a template. And I know that my circles aren't perfect at this point, and that's fine too. I think when it's done, you won't notice. Or I will, but you won't. Okay. Now this next part's going to be really, really tricky. I've got 3 of the reds, and I think I'm just going to randomly use the paintbrush to create some petals, but I'm going to use the smaller number 6 brush to do that. And we'll see if we like it. If we don't, I'm not including you. I'm doing it myself. If I don't like it, I won't use it. So, yeah, we'll just start anywhere randomly. I'm going to have to move Focus You Freak. He's in my way right now. Bob, back to your room. Yeah. And I'm just going to randomly go around and do that. Or should I need to stay right next to each other. So yeah. So I can keep them somewhat evenly spaced. Add a little bit more. These colors are all much the same. So let me get some direct from the pan. Get a real dark one. I'm trying to use the same color, just different shades of the same color, and I don't think on the camera it's looking like that. In real life, it does show a little bit more variation. These cameras are not great about color, or at least mine. I'm going to make one color really, really light here. Wonder if the little bit larger brush would have been better. Remember too that the paint dries lighter than it appears when it's wet. So that's why sometimes I have to rinse my brush to go to a darker color, a lighter color, depending on what my brush is loaded up with. And I think I'm putting more petals on than she did, but that's fine. Oops, sorry, I didn't know you guys were off camera. Well, you guys weren't. I was. I'm getting too far away over there. This would be pretty in, I think, some darker colors as well. Now this is going to get weird because I got to get around those leaves. How am I going to do that? Probably should have done these first. Oh. Okay, if I missed anybody coming in, I'm not ignoring you on purpose. Now I'm just cheating. I'll go back over where I'm going into the green. I'll go back in and try and pick that up. I just flicked a little paint right there. I'll fix that leaf at the end. It's just easier than trying to paint around it and make it look right. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, that's as far as I'll go on those. What's Angie doing? Does Angie need to go to the corner? All right, that's fairly symmetrical. I'm not unhappy with that. I think it'll be okay. All right. Now, even though I drew the lines for the borders, I think I'm just gonna, of course, on the outside edge, it's got the tape, so it's gonna be straight. But on the inside edge, I think I'm just gonna freehand it, and if it's a little bit jaggedy, I'm okay with that. And I need to use a bigger brush so I can move fast, because I'm gonna go ahead and put the darker green on the outside. So I use the little bit larger brush. And I am making it a little bit uneven on purpose. And I'm going directly into the pan to get this darkest green. And when you're doing this, honestly, you got to work fast, because you don't want that, the original green that you put down to dry too much. I think I'm going to have enough paint to do this. I don't know how much you can see this medium green that I'm putting in there. I know you can see the darker. And this is one of those instances where having your paper taped down is really an advantage. Because if this paper started buckling, I couldn't keep that darker color kind of where I want it. Hi, Christina. All right. Well, let's try and see if we have enough of the green. I'll mix some more green here in just a minute, because I'm just about out of this lightest green. Scraping the bottom of the palette, man. Is Terry painting along? I hope so. And I made this more wiggly than the others, but that's all right. All right, we'll just let that work on its own bad self. I think that may be all of the large paint areas that I need, except that, you know, I'll need some for the circles and stuff that for the background. So I'll go ahead and just mix some more of that lighter green. That I used up. Probably don't need that much. That's probably good. And I think I have plenty of the different reds. So, and these are actually only, what, 2 colors that I've actually, no, because I did put some of the mauve out. So, yeah. Basically 2 colors is going to end up painting the whole thing. All right, now up on this part of the flower, she left that completely white, and she didn't start adding any of the other circles and stuff like that until down here. And I'm not going to do mine like hers. I'm just going to see what ends up feeling good, but still stay kind of, oops, look, I put my hand right in there. See, because I'm famous at that. If you look up dumbasses who put their hands in paper in wet paint every single time, if you go there, there'll be a picture of me. I'm pretty sure. And I will end up going on top of these with both white and black. And if I want, I could actually add some gold as well. So paintbrush circles are really weird. I was just thinking, I wonder, because if I'm doing acrylic paint, I have a bunch of different tools. Let me see something. Let me look at my little tools here, just for experiment. Here's one that's a little, if you want to make little tiny circles. Let's give this a try and just see how it works. That's not bad. I think that's actually cut uneven. Let's try the other end. Look at that. I think dot tools would probably work too. Standing by me with a word bubble with what over your head? Thanks, Dee Dee. Yeah, so if you have the dot tools, not necessarily these, but even the, oh, whatever the heck you call those, the dot making tools that we got when we got our, I'm going to get them out. Let's use them. They actually be better than these. Does everybody else have a little container of things to make circles with? That can become quite fingernail tools. Yeah, the nail brushes. We got a bunch of those in that. Let me grab out the big ones and the little ones, and we could get probably not perfect, but more better, which is completely accurate English. We got out our more better tools. Small ones, big ones. Let's see how they work with watercolor. They work really, really good. Well, it's a little bit late. Sorry, Terry. My brain was not working entirely accurately. I'm sorry. I'm sure it'll be awesome. So don't yell at me. I don't like to be yelled at. Remember, as a kid, I never got to go to the circus. You spoiled wenches. Not perfect, but better. And they have little splatters, too. Oh. Now that could be a problem, the little splatters. But yeah, you can make pretty good circles with these bad boy tools. Sweet. These I did order separately from these that came with the nail brush set. And this does leave quite a bit of watercolor paint. So, yeah, it's going to take a while to dry when you get them so thick like that. Maybe I could spread them out a little bit. Now I'm going to do some of the really light ones. I get living dangerously, getting my hand over here. And then she did some of them. And I'll use the smaller brush. Well, you know what? I don't even really, well, she did some that are just like the outline of a circle with a white center. And I was thinking, well, I could just go in with white. The problem with doing that with watercolor is if your pigment isn't completely dissolved or absorbed by the paper, your white pen will move it. Why did I forget right in there? So remember that. Yeah, anything water soluble. Oh, Colleen, I guess you came in late. I'm sorry. I'll show it again real quick. Um, the artist that I'm working out of is Abstract Watercolor by Kate Rebecca Leach, and she goes by Essoldo Design on IG. I love her artwork. This one is a lot lighter than her normal art. This is more typical of her color choices. She uses really rich, dark, just really rich colors. Dee Dee did this one on her stream, only did it her way. It was really fun. I did that with her. I think Terry Brett also did. But yeah, her colors, she definitely loves blue, as do I. But yeah, she does really rich, vibrant colors. If you don't follow her on IG, definitely follow her. Even if this isn't your style of paint, or you don't watercolor at all, her art will definitely inspire you, and it's just sheer eye candy. Just like your eyes will just see it and go, oh man, how cool is that? So even if you never intend to do anything like her, I would still recommend a follow, for real, because she's just that awesome. And actually, I think it was Patty Tully Parrish who turned me on to her. Patty really liked Essoldo Design. So that was where I was introduced. And man, as soon as I saw it, I was just like, I'm in. I'm in. But I like Patty Tully Parrish's art as well. But Patty knew that I would really like this, and she was not wrong. I really did. And it's typical for her to, like I'm doing here, is do a piece of art and then start doodling on top of it, which I really like that that style. So yeah, I'm all in. And I think that's also why I like Art Salute Beginner, is that's also her style. And like on this now, if I wanted, she hasn't shown it with gold on it, but it's really, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It just lends itself to have the gold mica inks put on top of it that really stand out. So you're welcome, Colleen. You like blues too, Missy? Yeah, I love blue. Yeah, see, it is more folk art style, Colleen, and I appreciate that. It's fun to do. I mean, it's probably nothing that you hang in your house, but just to have it in your portfolio, why not? It's very cool, very fun. So I'm in, I'm in, I'm in. There's so many. I wish I'd written down. Damn it, that makes me mad. I watched a guy, and I did his style of art once before. Who art? I don't know, but it's a guy, and he does watercolor with doodles on it, and kind of more of a Zentangle type of style. And I very much like his work. And I don't know where he is, because some of the tools or the pens that he uses, I can't identify, but I love some of his pens. I would be opening up the checkbook for some of those. And I probably could just write him a message on one of his videos and say, hey, what are those pens you're using? But I just haven't done that yet. But I will eventually. All right, I think I want, and I didn't put any of it out in all my wells. Okay, we're going to go direct to the pan, which is probably really stupid, but we're doing it anyway. When you go direct to the pan, you really get, of course, you're using quite a bit of your product, but you get some really nice dark dots there. I'll try it with the darker. See, that's just not very dark. All right, maybe I'll dry this real quick and then doodle. And then if the cool thing is, then if I want to, I can always go back. Who art Zentangle? Okay, Jane, that's the guy. Yeah. And yeah, right, Missy? Or Vale? The book is just really nice. And take her style and run with it. But that's the guy I'm talking about that Jane put in there. Who art drawing? Yeah. When I think another nice thing about it is I don't do it so much anymore as I used to, is I go into a project with huge hopes, you know, for what it was going to come out like. And if it didn't meet that expectation, I would be disappointed. And I'm not sure when I kind of started getting away from that, where it's just like, does it really matter? I had fun doing it, you know, and I'm using the product that I spent my hard-earned money on. And so when do you let go of that expectation that something has to be exactly like you envision in your mind? It doesn't have to. If you had fun doing it, who cares? That's good enough, you know? The petals remind you of good and plenty. Hi, Joe Lou. Thanks for hanging with us. Hi, Maritza. All right, let's, I'm going to hit this with a heat gun and we're going to start doodling. Missy, I don't know when that starts to go away, but I think you need to give yourself permission to just create whatever you create and eliminate the expectation, because I say it all the time and I absolutely mean it. And maybe it was hanging out with Dee Dee that made me kind of come to this, is we're all at a different place in this journey. We're not all going to be Dee Dee. We're not all going to be Essoldo design. We're not all going to be that artist that we admire or want to be like. But the fact that you're even doing it, willing to give it a try, give yourself credit for that and praise yourself for what you did do. At least you got off your ass and did something. I wouldn't want to be one of those people that becomes so afraid that it's not going to be perfect, or it's not going to be this, or it's not going to, you know, or I'm afraid to show it to anybody. Show it. Just enjoy what you're doing. And I promise you, this art community will embrace you and like what you do. Because I think we've all been there. You know, like you just got to embrace yourself for where you're at. Oh, before I get too far along in drying this, let me go back with the green and try and fix those leaves a little bit that I goofed up. Plus, I think, and this is definitely true of me, that as you do more, you learn shortcuts, you learn how to fix mistakes, how to, you know, like, until you learn that, you're kind of stuck with what you get. And like going back now and fixing this, I don't feel a bit bad. Now my leaves look good again. Red's gone. It's awesome to be me and be a cheater. I don't think it's cheating. There you go. Maybe it goes back to that grace thing, you know, give yourself some little bit of grace, that at least you're doing it. And you curse a lot too. Belinda, I do sometimes. They slip out. You know what? I'm not even going to apologize. But, oh, Belinda, are you talking about in the process you curse a lot? I curse a lot just in general. Sometimes there's not another word that will work as well. Maybe that's an excuse. My mother would wash my mouth out with soap. You know what's funny though? Like when we were kids, oh, we would get in trouble for saying bad words. But then I got older and became more my mother's peer. My mother could cuss like a sailor too, and I never thought she said a bad word. Yeah, when I got older, yeah, she proved who she was. People who curse are more honest. Well, I kind of think. All right, there's only a couple of these little dots, but there's a couple of little dots that are going to hang you. I think what I'll do is work along the outside edge, so I won't be tempted to get my hand in there, and we can go ahead and proceed a little bit. I hope. Now, in hers, and I think I'm going to do the same because it's kind of a little thing I like, is she, oh no, I want the inside line, not the outside. She left the corners without any of the white lines on it, and I think I want to do the same thing. Okay, so it's this one, and that one, and that one, and that one. All right, here we go. Get your little white pen, and I want to pull this toward me and go away from the wet ink. See how much attention I pay to that? All right, let's go. And if this pen doesn't work, I'm just going to throw a fit. I'm going to absolutely throw a fit. Ooh, working nicely. Well, I say that, and then it skips. Hey, did Cat? I didn't pay attention, and maybe it doesn't show up on my screen. Did anybody notice if Cheshire Cat had her wrench back? I'd had to remod her last week, and I made myself a mental note, which is always dangerous, to double check and make sure Cheshire Cat had her wrench back. And she was on the list. I don't know why she didn't have it. It must be just a weird YouTube thing. But I wanted to make sure that that got done. And who else did? Christina. I did get your mail out, so you should be getting it any day. I think it went out Wednesday or Thursday. She doesn't? What the heck is going on? And when I type your name in, Cat, it comes up Cheshire Cat 1956 because I know your name. What the heck is going on? And it does show as modded on my screen. Okay, I'm going to go back in again. I'm not sure how to get that accomplished. Ah, that makes me mad. Fix Cat again. Makes me mad. Doesn't YouTube know that I am the boss of my mods? I mean, how many Cheshire Cat 1956 can there be? I think you're the only one. Make sure I know what her photo is. Okay, that's the one it was. Doggone it. It is the YouTube gremlins, buttholes. They're making me mad. I know that. I'm gonna move this water. I might need it again, but I might not. Oh, now if your paper is still wet, these pens may not work as well. The width of these lines is not consistent, and that's okay. Definitely not straight. I can't believe I'm saying that's okay, but if that's dry down there, I won't do this whole border. You get the idea of how I'm getting this done. And I think the black border, I like that. Yeah, it does look like blanket fringe, Dee Dee. I love a white pen that just writes when you want it to and you're not fighting with it and cursing at it. And so far, these pens have not disappointed me. I did the other day use it on something. Maybe it was acrylic ink or acrylic paint. And it was a little stubborn, and I thought, oh, dang, I ruined it. But I scribbled a little bit, bam, right back. So, yeah, they really have not disappointed me at all. I said I wasn't going to do this, and then I did it. Makes me a big fat liar, but I like the way it looks, so I want to do it. Well, I might try something different when I mod you again today, Kat. I might just take you off the list entirely. Shut down YouTube, restart my computer, do whatever I can on my end, and then go back in and remod you again. Yeah, it's the only thing I can think. Now I'm just going to finish. I've got an hour left. We'll definitely get this done in an hour, I can imagine. Doesn't really take that long, I guess. Can you hear it on the paper? Yeah, Joe Lou, that would drive me nuts, and I love a ruler. Click the 3 dots down. Can I do that? Yeah, see, I can't do that. My options are delete the comment, put user in timeout, or ban user and delete their comments. Well, I don't like any of those options. Yeah, see, that's what I'm going to try, Marguerite, that's what I did the last time when I went in, she was there. But, yeah, she's not appearing as a mod. I don't know. It definitely is a YouTube thing. It's not a me thing because I somehow figured out how to get Barbara, Dee Dee, and CB modded. And I'm on, let me see. I'm on Ustream chat. I don't do YouTube chat when I'm streaming. I'll start from the end. Now I have a choice here. I'm going to go ahead and do some of the black. And I think just because I think it'll work well, I think I'm going to use this Identa pen. And I might have to change this, but I think this will make perfect circles for me. That's what we're counting on, okay? Okay, where's about halfway? Oh, you know what? That's when you're going to get in trouble, girl. I'm going to go ahead and measure. I was just going to say, oh, where's about halfway? Yeah, that's a bad idea. So what I need is some damn room around here. All right. Now, cap your pen. All right, let's see. We've got 8 1/4. So it'll be 4 1/8 is halfway. Now, how could that be? Oh, I'm not on my line. Duh. Whew. Say, girl. And this is 6 and should be 1/4. So 3 1/8 will be halfway. Yep, that'll work. All right, so make some big dots on those marks. And this is like a permanent pen. So like an alcohol marker or a Sharpie or something like that. I have to say I do like this pen. I've already ruined 2 of them. Have no worries. I've got more in my cart. Now doing stuff like this, doing the dot border, this to me is really zen. Just totally zen. I could sit and do this all day long. And listen to smut in the background. That's what I'm talking about. I really wish Kate would come out with another book. I have totally enjoyed and feel like I have totally gotten my money worth out of the abstract watercolor one. But she also has fabric. She's turned some of her designs into fabrics and a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm glad she's achieving success, you know? Very talented. Don't mind spending my money for people like that. So if you thought at the beginning, why are you measuring out that border? Because to me, these little finishing things that you do make all the difference in your end product. So take the time to measure it out, get it somewhat straight, you know. To me, this makes it or breaks it. And you guys, well, before we had the cold snap here the last couple weeks, I had noticed in my garden that I could see like a little bit of some green. And I thought, oh, it's probably winter weeds. And I just didn't pay any attention to it. Well, when I went out to the mailbox sometime the last few days, they'd grown up about that high. And my daffodils are coming up. So now I'm really psyched. It's just like, yep, spring is coming. I don't know if it couldn't have been the heat. Maybe it was the heat, but I wonder if it's the longer days, whatever kicks them out of hibernation. But they're definitely out of hibernation. And I hope that cold snap, because it was below 0. It was cold as hell here. Yeah, I hope that didn't stunt them. But I was so happy when I saw that they were up a little bit higher than they'd been before. Because I was really thinking, they're just winter weeds. Don't get excited. Now I can get excited. I do need to get out and work in the gardens, though, because one of the gardens does have a bunch of winter weeds in it. And I don't think True Green is going to get here before the plants are going to be coming up. And in the gardens, I need to get them out first. So I'll look forward to working outside a little bit, and depending on how much Robert weed whacked out there, I may be taking a really expensive trip to the greenhouse. Daffodils are about 7 inches, depending on, yeah. Mine have been out there for years and years. I couldn't even tell you how long ago my daffodils were planted. It's been years. All right, let's look and see. We've got the 2 borders done. Oh, down here she had 2 dots. I think I'm going to leave it. All right, and then on each of these, I think I'll use the bigger dot. You can see it a little bit better. I just won't smash it down. I'm so glad that we have awesome stuff to use. Like this little pen, how easy it makes your life, you know? And the result is good. So it's like, damn, I'm lucky to have this. In fact, that probably will be my gratitude page for the Scabby, which I've not done yet because I can't decide. I don't have to worry about getting my hand in this because it dries virtually instantly. But that's why I was going to start here and went over there. And I thought, no, you don't have to worry about that. I actually wouldn't mind repainting this and taking a little bit more time with the drawing and get it a little bit more symmetrical and do it in a different color. These are definitely not my colors. I don't hate them. They're just not my favorite. And I didn't even do stuff like that. Okay, we're not going to worry about it. Now I'm just making this up as I go along, you guys. But this is pretty much what she's done. She just doodles inside the circles down here. And I chose white for that because it'll show up better than the black. And the red didn't move too much. I'm a little bit surprised about that. All right. I might come back and do more down there. I don't know. We'll see. Pulling the book back over to kind of see. Okay, on the petals up here, she alternated um, horizontal and vertical lines. How you doing, Missy? Terry's probably been done with hers for about a half an hour. I will post this on IG later on. I'm glad this is a white background so I can overdraw the lines. Hang on. Now for stuff like this, I almost wish that the design itself, the paint was darker so you could see the lines on top, but I may end up redoing this in different colors just for the fun of it. Terry and Missy, you need to post yours too. Tag me and Kate. Or anybody else who's painting along. I know those two we're going to. All right. And then in that little dark area, she did circles of different sizes. This is why, your underpainting probably is not that important, because by the time you start doing this stuff on top of it, you can cover up a lot of sins. For sure. Hang on, I'll read chat in just a minute. Terry Brett's all done. Knew it. Dee Dee taking off. Bye, Dee Dee. I'll talk to you later. Okay, Terry's already done and posted hers. Probably because she's not running off at the mouth like me. Am I slow, you guys? I probably am. Oh, well. Oh, well, oh, well. I'll put you guys down so you can see a little bit better. These smushed together circles are big in Zentangle. I can't remember what they're called right off the top of my head. All right, what next? And this next one, she has, and almost would prefer, let's see if I can get my white pen working. She's doing white dots. And they're not going to show up all that well on that light background. You need to slow down. I don't know. I think if I wasn't on stream, I probably would be a little bit faster. See, this pen is picking up a little bit of that thicker red paint. It's not horribly noticeable, but I can see it. I think if you were really wanted to stop it, you could spray it with a workable fixative and probably stop that from happening to some extent. But depending on your fixative, the problem with that is if you put it on too thick, the fixative will make the pigment run too. So you got to be mindful either way. But I think if you gave it just, like a quick once over with a spray fixative, you probably could stop it enough that it wouldn't be noticeable. And if I was doing something to sell or I was going to give to somebody, I probably would take the time to go through that step, See, this pen is really hard to make individual little dots with. Not horrible, but whatever. I'm still not bitching about the pen. I love the pen. It's the only white pen that has not disappointed me in my entire life. Doing a couple different size black dots here. Come on, work with me. I'll show the book here again in a minute. If you want to try something like this, of all the books that I have, this one I would highly recommend. Honestly, I don't think you would be the least bit disappointed. For real. All right, and then here it looks like, what does she do? Looks like, all right, I did it different. Oh well. Worked out about every petal that had the black dot gets a black line. That's cool. Very symmetrical. Hers are a little bit closer together. She shoved more in than I did, but that's okay. I don't care. All right, what else? I think I've done pretty much everything. I think the only thing I'm going to do is down here I'm going to add some little bit more black dots. All right. Any suggestions? I've pretty much done everything she shows on here. Let's take the tape off. You guys, I like it. If you don't have a white pen, can you use the black marker? Yeah, I think the white pen only gives you a little bit more variety, Kitty Jen. But yeah, use what you've got for sure. Or even use a different color if you don't have white. If you have another color marker that's complementary or whatever, yeah, use what you've got. That's what I would say. My problem is if somebody suggests something that I don't have, I will run out and buy it, which is not always necessary. Thanks, CB. Thanks, Dorothy. Okay, Angie, you haven't been to the Mexican restaurant in over a month. Oh, good for you. Angie, go enjoy your Mexican. God, that sounds good. Go to the Mexican and make Robert buy me a Patron margarita. I only drink Patron margaritas when his daughter is here. But yeah, that sounds delicious. All right. You know, the only thing I think, of course, the lights are shining on it, so it's hard. Let me turn those lights off and see what happens to the color. Oh, that made a big difference, didn't it? The only thing I'm thinking is I think I'd like some black. Now I'm going to use my desk lamp. This is the light that I normally work in. I think I'm going to go around this to accentuate it a little bit more. Wasn't on the original, and I may be sorry that I'm doing it, but oh well, done now. I mean, I think on something like this, you can just keep going and going and going. You can doodle and add more as much as you want. And I'm going to go in here, I think, and add some black dots. Because the white just doesn't show up enough for me. Yeah, that's a little better, I think. You really like the, I like the border too, CB. I really like the border. Border makes all the difference. Looks like fabric. Yeah, I guess you're right. But you know, Jolu, a lot of her stuff does. And for those of you who maybe came in late and weren't here, I will show the book again. Creative Abstract Watercolor. Let me turn on the more better lights. More better. I've shown it 100 times. Her name is Kate Rebecca Leach. I think the book is around $20, $25. Whatever it is, in my opinion. I've gotten so much my money's worth out of this book. It's just inspired me in so many ways. Dee Dee even bought this book. Dee Dee never has to buy anything that I have. Okay, there's my bookmark. I can take it off. Okay, there's hers. And there's mine. I came out close enough. I'm good with it. She did a little bit more down in here doodling, and I could probably add that, but I'm cool with it the way it is. That's what I think too, Terry. It's the doodling that you add at the end and where you put stuff and stuff that really makes it yours. But yeah, so much of her stuff I just want to replicate. This was really fun. I replicated. This was the first one I did out of this book, and I loved it. And see, she added gold on this one. I did not add gold on this one, but all of her work is very conducive. Conducive is the word. I ended up saying lends itself, but what I meant was conducive. So much of her stuff is conducive to adding the gold. And then her colors are just so delicious. Look at the blue and the brown. That's just delicious. I'm sorry. And none of it should be intimidating. You should be able to use your stuff and have fun, be happy with the results, because if it's not just like hers, who knows the difference? Because it's also abstract and whimsical, you know? So I think that for beginners, especially, this is an awesome book. It is. It's a great book. And I hope to God she's working on another one. I really do. So not exactly like hers, but it was definitely inspirational. And it's a reasonable facsimile, I think. Yeah, I like the book too, Jolu. And the thing is, a lot of books I buy, I maybe use them once or twice, and I like them. It's not that I don't like them, but very few books do I go back to again and again and again. This book I go back to again and again and again. So that's why I feel like I've so gotten my money's worth. And when I was looking for this book today, I came across another book. Oh, thank you, Carol. That's so sweet of you to say. I came across another book that I don't remember who enabled me, but I thought, you know, I got this book and I stuck it on the shelf and I've never gone back and used it again. So I'm going to use it. This A Pandemonium of Parrots and Other Animals. I don't know where I saw this, but I thought those are so cute little animals, and they would be so easy. Scam. They would be so easy to watercolor and then just doodle on top of. So I thought I have got to get this out and work on it more. I think I bought it for this page, for this monkey page. But the whole book is just so cute. And yes, it's childish. But what do I care? What do I really care? So I am going to get this book out and start using it because, to be honest, I quite frankly forgot about it. You know what? I could make one of these camels for Iran. Camel has Iran's, or Iran has camels. Golly. I could. I could put one of these dopey little camels for Iran. I might have to do that. So, yeah. So I will definitely be getting this. Didi could have used my fish this morning. Look at that one's upside down. So yeah. But how many books do I have around here that, you know, I bought and I absolutely intended to use and then I didn't? And that makes me mad at myself. Do y'all ever get mad at yourself? I get mad at myself. Anyway, I'm going to use a pandemonium of parrots because I paid good money for it. All right, you guys. I'm ending early, but that's A-okay by me. I got stuff to put away. So go out and try it, you guys. Please promise me that you'll go out and try it. And if it's wonky, it's okay. Missy, I'm looking forward to seeing yours over on IG. I will post mine. Yeah, probably walk outside, take a picture of it. I try and take all my pictures outside so I have natural light. So, K-Berg, did I even say hi to you? Thanks. Thanks for coming and hanging with me. All right, you guys, I do know that your time is valuable, and I truly appreciate you spending just a little bit of it with me. And if you've been inspired, that makes me happy. So go out and create some art and try and be kind. I have to remind myself that 500 times a day. Try not to kill anybody, okay? All right. Agreed. All right. Love you guys. See you later. Bye.